All right, welcome to the 93rd episode of the Beer and Bullshit Show. Woo!
Woo!
I am your host, Chris Bennett, and let's see here. We got one extra person on tonight. Oh, how about that? We actually have a guest. Can you say that?
All right.
Anyway, why don't we have her introduce herself? Go hit it, Margaret.
Oh, I guess I'm the guest. Yes, I am me. I've got a lot of projects going on. Shameless plugs. Doing Liberty documentary. Trying to help Adam Kokesh in 2020. What else we got? Really paying a lot of attention to News to Share with Ford Fisher and Alejandro Alvarez. They got a lot of good stuff going on. I'm so proud of those guys. Love the streamers. Constantly in the stream. I guess that's enough for now.
Lovely. And
actually, that's kind of funny. Adam Kokesh is in town here. I'm in Baltimore now. I'm actually on the front porch, but Adam Kokesh is actually in town tonight, and I chose you guys over going to see him.
I would too.
Oh wow!
And it was
I would too. I would too.
Hold on. But it was an open bar, and I still chose you guys.
Wait,
yeah,
he's gonna kill me for that.
I love you guys.
I'm hiding under the bed.
Priorities are priorities, so
right. Yeah, I'll never hear the end of that one.
It's going to be rewarded.
If I can sit around and drink beer with Chris, Shane, and Jim Bev, you know, yeah, it's a hard time to pull me out of it. They've even gotten me out of the gym before, you know. So.
We should have got him on the show.
I should have brought him over for beers.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he drinks
beer.
His
thing was at 7, and it's only like 3 miles away. But
so he's like 3. I don't know where. Well, you guys right now are Central Time, so you're the same as me.
Doesn't he drink those big PBRs or something?
Yes, he does, indeed. And he
we can't have him on. We can't have him on there, and if he's drinking PBR.
What?
Yeah.
When I was a young girl, that was my beer of choice.
I'm sorry, we're craft beer drinkers.
We grew up.
Yeah, well,
we're not young girls anymore.
We all drank PBR when we were 16.
Amy's been challenging
I don't
me
drink
to be
beer
more
at
of a
all.
manly beer drinker.
Oh, you have dark ale.
Oh, this is a mission.
Oh.
It's gluten-free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's gluten-free.
I was not
so
aware
I can
that
drink
was
this
such of a thing.
all day and eat my steak, and I'm completely avoiding plants.
What? No, you're not. Let's see. I'm sure this to pay.
So Amy.
Yes.
What are you sipping on there? Since you're all quiet in the corner there.
Yo.
This is a beer. It's a local brewery. Peabody Heights Brewery in Baltimore. But this one is called. It's a Mexican hot chocolate stout because I know you know how I like those. But it's called Sleeping with the Fishies.
I love fishy.
You like Sleeping with the Fishies?
I actually work with the fishies.
It's
I don't know. There's a lot of old gangsters that are currently sleeping with the fishies, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get that.
Exactly. But this is a collaboration with a somewhere called Woodbury Kitchen, which I haven't been to yet, but I'm certainly going to seek out because this beer is awesome. It's with cocoa, counterculture coffee, and locally grown fish peppers. Because apparently fish peppers is a thing up here that I didn't know about, but I'm learning.
Is that a fish or a pepper?
But it's real. It's a fish pepper. But it's good. It's got some spice. It's got a little heat to it. And I'm coming in a little low on the ABV tonight at 9%.
That's pretty low for
just
you.
9%.
I'm at 9.
That's like a light beer for Amy.
What is it?
Just 9%.
Yeah.
What is a fish pepper?
Breakfast.
Is that a pepper made from a fish? I don't.
It's the latest from
I think it's
Monsanto.
soup.
No, I don't know, but I mean,
Okay.
all I know is it's giving this beer like a nice heat to it. I'll have to look it up.
Yes,
We were
please.
kind of laughing about it the other day because the hell a fish pepper was.
I wonder
and
if
my
I'm growing
boyfriend
those.
grew up here in Baltimore.
So
So it's like a 4-star beer.
It's an heirloom seed. Range from red to white, being spicy and hot. I guess it's just a different variation of peppers, but it's definitely really good.
I would try it.
To Baltimore. It's one of the few chili peppers that's native to here. Man, I don't know.
All
Tastes good. I drink it.
well,
Actually, I've
obviously
drank a
you
lot
are
of them.
drinking it.
I drank a lot of them. I actually drove like 20 minutes out of my way to get these today.
I don't drink beer anymore.
What?
I don't. I'm a wino.
Is that a walrus?
Oh well, winos, beer drinkers. Hey, we're all in the same family. Come on.
Yes. Yes, my mother
As
told
long
The
as
me.
beer
we don't-
bullshit and
as
wino
long-
show.
As long as we don't go to AA meetings, okay, we're cool.
My mother told me if you like your glass as much as what you drink, then you're an alcoholic.
What?
But of course, we're Irish, so you know what can I say?
So you still have a mother then.
Oh, absolutely.
It's good.
Yeah,
I
isn't
say
that
I'm
good?
half Irish and half German, so I think it's in my blood. Beer's
It,
just
it really, the culture does determine how you drink. I'm positive of it.
There's genetics too. Like if Amy's got the drunkenness of an Irishman with the efficiency of a German.
Yeah, that's where the high ABV comes in. You know, she likes her ABV beers more than 9%.
That's
I think I managed to make two inappropriate collectivist jokes in one there. So
Oh wow.
sorry, Irish and Germans, but you're used to it. So.
Of course, man. You got
True.
to.
All right, Jim Bab.
Man, sorry I'm late. For
I
some
will
reason,
kill you
thought
on
our show's
Wednesday
at 8:30.
instead.
Anyway, look what I got. Look, check this out.
Yep.
Option number 2, Imperial Milk Stout brewed with coffee beans. And it look, it's got a giant whale. It's nice. Anyway,
Nice.
as you can see, it looks about the way it should. Chris mailed me this along with a bunch of other really cool looking beers. I can't wait to try every single one that's in there. Wow, this is like this is totally dessert in a can. A lot of chocolate.
So right now, Jim Bab, am I 1 for 1?
You're 1 for 1, but this needs like a scoop of ice cream. It is so sweet.
It does. It
Oh,
does.
I
I totally agree with you on that one.
It's almost a little too sweet. Like I don't know. We'll see how it goes down. But it's definitely a whale. That's of a beer. That's for sure.
A whale of a beer.
What is it? Rock Ridge Brewing. Where is that?
Rock Bottom
Colorado.
Brewery, Rock Bridge. That's
No,
right.
Missouri. Columbia, Missouri.
Right. Columbia, Missouri. Right.
Yeah. Rock Ridge.
There's actually a chocolate red wine that I love, and it's very cheap, and it's not sweet, but it's very cocoa. Very good.
Is that one of those Boone's Farms or?
Not at all. It's Rademacher turned me on to it. I want to say, I can't remember the brand of it, but it's a very good. It's only one that I know of. But like I said, it is cheap, but it's really good.
Since I came in late, what are you drinking, Margaret Cecile?
What am I always drinking, Mr. Babs?
Bourbon?
Red wine. Red wine.
Oh, okay.
That's all I drink.
That's all you drink is red wine?
Red or white, but wine. That's all I drink.
Okay. Well, this is the beer and or bullshit show. So what you're lacking in the beer department, we realize you're going to make up for in the other department.
That's right. That's right.
Every now and then I'll drink a little bit of Irish cream, but that's about it. Trying to send my mother this link. Morning. She was bugging me about it. So
since we've been kind of off the air, and it's my fault for the last 6 weeks, I worked. I don't know if you know Margaret, but I work for a beer distribution here in Illinois. And we just had our rotation audits, and we passed with flying colors. And that's what I was waiting for, because they could call us at any time. They could call us with 24 hours in advance. So, and that's one of the reasons why I kind of put the show on hold for a little bit. And once I found out that the audits were going to be here and whatnot, then I started scheduling shows again. Unfortunately, we're not going to hit 100 by the end of the year. We're going to hit it sometime early next year. So, which is okay. I mean, you know, it'll be 4 years of the show being run, and independently, of course. We don't have major sponsors like LRN.FM or anybody like that. So, you know, I think we're doing good for ourselves. We have to make do with
Boston Lager, you know. Sam Adams. Yeah, Sam Adams is our only crummy sponsor of this show. Man.
Well, you can have LMR. I'll give you full access.
It's a really good sponsor, though.
Well, I think, you know, now since Trump dropped the Johnson Act, maybe you should get on a boat and take Puerto Rico a shit ton of beer.
They could use it, I'm sure.
I like that.
Maybe we should do a beer drop.
Let's do it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's do a pool. Let's pool all our dough.
Great PR.
And then we'll get a bunch of beer, and we'll get a boat, and we'll send.
Who do we know with a boat?
I know everyone.
I know this company.
Everyone in Hurricane Alley with a boat. Bobby Rodriguez.
No, and we just call Maersk or Hanjin. And
does anybody in the Cajun Navy have any like seagoing vessels?
Yes.
Or is it all like swamp boats and stuff?
No. Get in touch with Bobby Rodriguez.
We need a barge or a shipping.
I have a better idea.
So we could send a whole container.
No. Since Bud Light or Budweiser is supposedly pulling their, you know, crap from the NFL and their sponsorship and whatever shit, just take that schwill and send it down there. It doubles as water.
How dare you? These people have been through enough. Okay? Cool. You're worse than Trump. Throwing them paper towels or whatever.
But
it is cold. I mean,
but it's humanitarian. It doubles as water.
Humanitarian. Going up. Listen, they can't even get the emergency rations unloaded by the Teamsters. Okay? Like,
you should inject them with GMOs if you're going to send them Budweiser. Just kill them.
Well, what we need is somebody. Okay, where's the nearest? Like, the nearest we could get with a truck, presumably maybe Florida, and then what we'll do is we'll load up. We'll get all the breweries to donate a pallet. Everybody donates a pallet. We'll fill a whole barge full.
Yeah.
We'll just show up down there.
Who's going to be the captain? Captain Jim.
Couldn't Budweiser send him? But couldn't Budweiser maybe send him some Goose Island? You know,
that's still a little scary. Well, maybe if it was some bourbon barrel shit, but nothing less than that. Okay.
I have a friend.
Heartburn. I wouldn't feel that would be humanitarian at all.
I have a friend that's sitting in Miami with the Cajun Army.
Okay.
And he's got plenty of boats. He's sending thousands and thousands of pallets. His name is Bobby Rodrigo. I could send you his link.
And he's already sending stuff to Puerto Rico?
Oh, he's been there he's been there the whole time.
Okay, so we've got a contact. Now how are we going to get the breweries on board?
That's a good question. We need to get one of those flag filters.
Oh no!
Do we have a beer and bullshit flag?
I'm not sending any gingerbread stout. That comes out next month. Mm-mm.
You're not going to send it?
Nope, not sending any gingerbread stout.
No, we just have all the breweries send their flagship stuff. Not anything special, not anything,
No white girl
grandiose. They're flagship stuff. Like
we can maybe send them a gingerbread
they could
stout.
send their Boston
for
Lager.
Christmas.
Sierra Nevada, they could send their pale ale.
You're garbage. Send your crap. You're garbage. Your worst of your best beer.
Right,
No.
but the question is like, who do we want there to receive it for us? Because this is kind of important. Who receives it?
I might have a friend to do that too. I know people everywhere.
So we can get the breweries to just.
She's like,
she's in Puerto Rico.
She's like, I have people to commandeer your beer.
I'm the beer hooker. I have people to commandeer everything. I could find anybody but Jesus, because I don't even know if he's there.
I like this.
Oh, he's there. All right.
If he was there, he's obviously at your house turning water into wine.
Hey,
no, he's at my house turning water into beer. Okay.
I am Irish Catholic. They taught us how to drink wine at a very young age.
I used to be Catholic. We used to steal the beer from the priests.
How can you used to be
Saturday
Catholic?
night? Every Saturday night.
If you're born Catholic, you die Catholic. If you like it or not, how can you used to be Catholic? I wish I knew.
I had a complete transformation.
Well, I mean, we all do.
I started reading. I started reading. That's where it stopped.
I mean, we all know we all know the nonsense, but I mean, really, if you're born Catholic, you kind of die Catholic. It's kind of like this weird occult thing. Like it or not, you're fucking Catholic.
You said it.
No,
you said it, not us.
No.
The Catholics, the Romans, the Roman Empire. It's the same thing today. We just don't slaughter people in arenas. We just slaughter them in other countries and put it on the news for everyone to see. So.
Oh, and at country music festivals.
Oh, I wasn't talking about individuals, but yeah, that's a valid point.
Rituals.
I was talking about governments,
I think we are talking about the government when we're talking about the country music festival.
Speaking of, I know you guys have all seen the picture of the guy clinging to the Bud Light as he's flipping off the shooter.
I have not seen that.
Haven't you?
No, where is it? Please send.
It's fucking fabulous. It's fucking Merca.
Amy, what is your last name?
Like Merca.
Are we friends on Facebook, Amy?
Yeah. Huh?
Are we friends on Facebook?
What?
Are we friends on Facebook?
I don't think so.
What is your last name?
I'm on Chris and Jim Babs. I don't think on Facebook it's Strasser, STRAWSER.
I'll try to take care of that right now.
See if I can find this guy's picture. There's a guys from this group called American Guard did a kind of a meme of it with like the real men of genius from the old Bud Light. It was fucking hilarious. Myself looking at it. Luckily, I didn't because I wasn't aware. But
I don't
totally redneck, but really fucking funny.
What does your profile picture look like? Is it a guy with a gun or your face?
It's a picture of me with an AR-15.
Yeah, we are friends.
No, it's me with an AR-15 and my boyfriend with an, okay.
Okay, cool. It's amazing who we know.
or who we don't know.
Exactly.
I mean, when you around for a while and you've been networking, you know, like for years and years and years, and you've got, you know, 4,000 to 5,000 friends, it's kind of hard to keep up.
Indeed. Very much. Hey, let me ask you something. Have you ever went to, this is the greatest little tip I got from somebody in Anonymous. Go to your blocked settings and search Facebook security. You wouldn't believe how many like people are on there that are just Facebook security. It's like I tried to go through it and delete and delete and delete. It's impossible. It's just some you can delete and some you can't. But it's I was amused.
You would think with all the ridiculous stuff that I've said over the years, I have never received a ban.
What? I had to go to Facebook
Oh
school
my
one time
God.
just to get back on.
Left and right.
I've never been banned either.
Facebook school.
You naughty girls.
I did. I had to go to Facebook school. It was like,
I've been kicked off so many times. 2 main
I didn't do anything.
profiles and like 6 sock profiles.
Whoa,
Is in
that's
trouble.
intense.
well,
You're
I
back.
try not
Oh,
to get in trouble
I was
on my
wondering where
main
you were.
profile though, because I got all my kids' pictures and stuff like that on there.
oh, I see what you're saying. I live in the light. I'm screwed. I could never change or take anything back, but you know, we do what we do.
I had a sock account once for like 2 weeks.
A what account?
I've got a bunch of sock accounts.
That's probably.
So if I
just
want to
like-
go trolling people, I can go troll.
I have a couple, but they're not built up. Like if you have like alternate accounts, they're not as built up, you know, so it's hard to find people and it bugs me. But just in case I have some, in case I need to tell somebody something or, you know, if I get banned or something.
Yeah.
I haven't had to, I've been really good. I haven't been banned in at least 2 years.
I have a Facebook account that loves cops that I use. All Blue Lives Matter all the time.
That's great.
That's
Oh, James.
I rarely have to pull him out, but his name is Simon Van Gelder. If you happen to see him in your friends list, you'll
You should
recognize who
friend
he
me
is.
on that account. I could, yeah, that's great. You should like my cop block page then.
No, I'd have to object to it. See, this is
Exactly. Go in there and wreak some havoc. It gets me Alexis ratings.
what I try to I use it for like situations where the best way to make fun of cops is just to like agree with them and like take whatever their dumb idea is to the next logical step.
Hey, there's one good cop online that likes all of us, and he's on our side. He's retired, but he's like Liberty Movement from hell, and he like hates cops, and he like retired a cop. I think his name is Melvin Willis. He's a great guy. Everyone should know him.
Shouldn't call him a cop if he's ex-cop.
Well, yeah, he's retired, you know. But anyway,
Ex-cop.
Is that
he's
like
really
what
a
happens
nice guy.
after you eat bacon?
After you what?
After you eat bacon, what the bacon turns into? Is that like an ex-cop?
Ooh.
ouch.
Hey, has anybody tried that new beer? I posted a link to this on the Beer and Bullshit show maybe a week ago.
The vagina beer?
The vagina flavored beer. Has
I
everybody
saw
tried
that.
that yet?
The new vagina
You
beer?
know,
Yeah.
I
I
haven't
saw
really
that, and I
wanted
just had to
to.
skip over it.
I don't know. My
Well, at
It's
first
called
I
said
thought
he
it
was
was,
bacteria.
down. I told him he can't stop eating it. I told him he
Okay.
can't stop eating it just because he's drinking it.
well, they will actually make your own brew if you want to have your own femininity so enshrined.
So are you thinking about doing that, James?
They're going to use my own vagina bacteria for that. Yeah.
He doesn't have a vagina.
Yeah. No, at first, no, seriously. At first, I thought this was totally gross, and then I read the article and I saw that the vaginas they used were from hot models. So I'm like, oh, in that case.
Coming from a married man.
The hot models.
Jim Bab.
Yes.
Did we have an episode? I think it was episode 5 that we were talking about coochie beer once.
It's right. This is a recurring theme on the show, for as our regular listener may recall.
Vagina beer.
Somebody's going to jail.
All right,
somebody's going to jail under catastrophic.
There's the meme. There's the Real Men of Genius thing that I saw that just about made me die laughing.
It says the first batch of beer.
Can you guys see it?
Right. It says the first batch of beer being made includes the lactic acid bacteria from the vaginas of Czech models Alexandra Brendlova, Monica, and Paulina.
Sean.
Wait.
And they're hot. So. Alexandra Brendlova.
Got it. Okay.
Did you see how fast? Did everybody see how fast Shane moved in? He just boom.
The other model, his name is. It just says.
I like to do research.
It just says Monica with Monika, and Paulina. So.
Paulina. P-A-O or P-A-U?
Paulina.
So
for 10,000 euros, they will brew a batch to order.
Are they Polish
produced
or
from
Russian
your girlfriend's vaginal bacteria, just in case she's holding out on you. It says. Okay, I don't know what that means, but
vagina beer. Right
now, one of these. It's a sour ale. Made with plums and vaginal lactic acid bacteria of redhead or brunette model. Oh, I see. So that's the description of beer.
Like, what if you want a blonde? I mean, what if it's summertime?
You need the. Let's see.
It's summertime.
You're gonna want. She doesn't look like a natural blonde, but I don't think anybody's gonna care when they taste her vagina beer. I don't know. Why not?
It's 2017, and we have vagina beer. So what's the website for this?
Let's see if I can. Some of these stupid websites where you have to. Like a clickbait website, surprisingly. Let's see. It's from inkedmag.com, which I guess is for tattoo people. Is that something that you read, Amy?
Every now and again.
Okay. Let's see. And a crucial part of the project is...
It's usually a bunch of garbage articles and stuff that's just mildly entertaining.
The crucial part of this project is to ensure the safety of the product. All the material is examined on the presence of other bacteria and viruses. Secondly, the production of isolation and preparation prevent other bacteria and viruses from surviving, providing final product completely clean and healthy. In addition, we examine final product on presence of other viruses and bacteria once again, and the findings will be published here to make you completely sure it's healthy. Seems like they're kind of paranoid there. I don't know.
I don't know. My question. No. My question is this: would they be willing to do a collaboration beer, steam-infused beer, after coitus?
I wonder if they can do just.
It'd be a lovely collaboration.
Sort of like an oatmeal stout of some kind, or I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that one. I think it's I'm all for a variety of beers in the market, but I don't know.
Come on, Jim Bab, you wouldn't want a Clitoris IPA?
No, listen, guys. The next generation of beer. The next.
I don't know. I mean,
beer
I'm really feeling the creative juices flowing over here. And like I said, I mean, I think a male-female collaboration. I think it'd be beautiful.
I think it's going to be semen as the next generation, Amy.
It might.
I gotta agree
might.
with you.
It might be a little. It might be a little salty, but you know, it should at least have a healthy dose of protein. You'd be good to go.
Sometimes salty isn't so bad.
I'm down.
Well, I'm a vegan, so none for me. But go for it.
Jim Bev's doing
What was
the
that?
conversions.
No, this started with that. Remember that there was some beer that Nick and Ruby were trying, and they're like, "This tastes like sweaty balls."
Oh, sweaty balls. Yeah, and then Garrett and Annie were Garrett's like, well, the beer that we had, I didn't want to say it on the air, but it had a little hint of pussy. And I was like, coochie beer? And he's all like, yeah. Oh, that was a fun episode. I go back and listen to that one occasionally. So
good stuff. Man.
Good stuff.
Anything else going on?
I still got to do a
going
best
on in beer world.
Was that the cheap beer episode that I missed?
Cheap beer?
Yeah. Did you guys do a cheap beer episode? Is that the one?
No,
we haven't done a cheap beer episode yet.
we don't drink cheap beer.
I know.
Because we don't drink cheap beer.
But there's some beers that are parading as expensive beers that are actually cheap beers.
I was gonna say, I think our beer show budget is actually probably around. If there's 4 of us, I'd say probably close to $200-300 at minimum.
A year or an
some
episode?
of these beers get expensive. An episode, I think they get pretty expensive. I know this 4-pack that I just bought today of the Sleeping with the Fishies, that was I think $15 for a 4-pack. And I know some of the bombers I've had with you guys have been upwards of $25-30. So I mean, that's some money.
Well, it's an investment. It's an investment.
It is.
In what?
But we really should get that. We do
I need a
some corporate
sponsorship.
Let's throw it out there. I'm gonna say that
not an AA sponsor, but a beer sponsor.
Yeah.
An AA sponsor.
I think we should start with a sponsor just for Amy. All right, just like Amy's personal beer sponsor.
Okay.
You'd have to start wearing some patches on your jacket like a NASCAR driver. Is that okay, Amy?
That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
I can deal with that.
Okay. And
Well,
then
As long as they come with
try to-
flamethrowers. Flamethrowers.
So I don't
They
wanna-
they need to offer flamethrowers as gifts. I need gifts
Hey,
of heavy
there we
weaponry.
go.
it's doable. Okay.
Give me a flamethrower and a couple cases of beer a week, and I mean, I'm on it. I mean,
Right.
I'm theirs. I'll do,
So you guys
I'll be
know
their
the Duke
spokesperson.
porn star?
I
I'm
don't
too
know
fat
her
to be a porn
personally.
star.
No.
Okay, well you remember the Duke porn star, Bella?
Yeah, I remember hearing about her.
Okay, so this vagina beer Alexandra Brendlova girl is basically Bella Knox, dude. I actually think this might be an alias for Bella Knox here.
That would
It's pretty close. Close enough.
just what I think it's that crisis actor girl. Now that I'm looking at it.
Same thing. Yeah, exactly. It's basically the same girl.
I love that meme that's going around where they have a picture of that brown-haired girl, and they're like, "Can it be?" Like these 3 different disasters. Look, there's a white girl with straight brown hair. Amazing. What are the odds of 3 white girls around 20 years old with straight brown hair?
Oh God, did you guys ever see the Antifa girl, the one that got punched in the face?
That with
The
the
full
hairy
bush
fetish,
for
the hairy fetish thing.
Yeah, can you imagine making a vagina beer from her?
Ugh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
Like I said,
I can't
when I
really
first
respond
saw
to
that,
round
fuck up
periods.
your
Yeah.
vagina beer thing.
We could name this episode.
Hey,
Vagina beer.
she might make a nice red ale. I mean, you could probably make the blood into a stout.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad
Sorry, I
Amy's here to
didn't
make
mean
those
to
jokes
fuck
so
up
we
you
don't
guys'
have to.
fantasies.
No.
Sorry, I had to bring.
I apologize to all our viewers. That was Amy.
I
That was
brought
Amy.
that up
Okay.
again. That was my fault, really, because we were way off topic by then, and I brought it up. So,
No. Here's the thing. Here's the thing you're missing. It could even come with a side tampon in case you need a little extra flavor for some dipping.
She's
that's
making
hot.
it worse.
Yeah.
She's
That
making
is
it
so
worse.
I don't even have any. Like,
And then
I got no comeback for that.
age it in port. And then age it in port.
You know, the thing is I'm
There you
afraid that
go.
it's going to cause itching and burning.
That's
and
what a real
inflammation.
girlfriend's like.
I mean, I don't want my beer to make me itch and burn and be inflamed, and I'm gonna be drinking like whiskey with an ice pack just to fight this thing off for breakfast.
It comes with a free coupon for a side of frozen peas.
Is it in the BMW? Take the keys. Huh? Yeah, right here. Right there.
Unlock?
No, you don't have to lock it. You just walk away. It locks itself, I think. Doesn't a 2018 BMW lock itself?
It drives itself.
No, I've got a
Okay,
BMW
cool.
and it does
No,
lock
not
itself.
yet. Not yet.
It's a pain in the ass. I hate it.
I like it. I'm having fun with it. It's fun.
But is that the one that comes with the app on your phone so you can drive from the back seat? Like,
I don't know what this thing does. I put it into fully manual sport mode, and I go out and make sure I shred the tires. So
awesome. Hey, I've got another beer story.
you drive it like you stole it, pretty much.
You guys want to hear another beer story? We need to give a
Sure.
shout out. Okay.
Oh, I have to apologize to the other female in the room for my crassness with my
I'm good to go. I'm used to it all. I'm thick-skinned.
Why does
From
it?
bed.
I had a terrible potty
Why
mouth.
is it the females need to be apologized to for that? I'm just curious. That seems a little sexist.
There you go.
Maybe it's Yankees and Rebels. You know, I mean,
Because
Think about
I sound like a male chauvinist pig. Ha ha.
No, you don't.
Hey, okay, I've got a good story. We got to give a shout out. Okay. The story is from Aurora, and I think this is Aurora, Colorado. Microbrew chain buys kegs Aurora seized from A-Town Pizza will return to breweries. Okay. So the story goes, the city of Aurora, okay, basically had wiped out this A-Town Pizza back in August. They taxed them into submission and out of business. And then they came in and took their shit, which included some kegs. Okay. So anyway, so the city
I saw
auctioned
this
off.
story.
Yeah, the city auctioned off the property as it does. It sells all the stolen loot. Okay. And it auctioned off the property it had seized. And then the property and the kegs belong to several breweries. Because like a lot of times the kegs, you're just holding the kegs. The brewery owns the kegs. So in this case, Odyssey Beer Works. Odyssey had sold A-Town its beer to then sell to its restaurants. The kegs they delivered the beer in were on loan to A-Town until the beer was gone. So anyway, So so somebody comes in and buys it. It looks like so. It's kind of complicated, but so somebody buys it. Let's see. Growler USA took the kegs for $216, and the president said he plans to give the kegs back to Odyssey. So this Growler USA, I don't know who that is, but they deserve some kudos for helping to recover this stolen property. Anyway, what a fucked up situation that this poor pizza shop gets shut down and the kegs become, trafficked by the state. Anyway, thought that was worth giving a shout out to. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
That is messed up.
Well, I mean, I know that they had like this stupid law that everything had to be under a lease agreement, but for any small brewery, it was pretty much impossible to do. So they had basically a gentleman's agreement between the business and the brewery.
You drop off one keg, you pick up the next one, you know?
It's a simple, what should be a simple transaction. And when they came in there and seized all of their stuff, they basically stole property that wasn't theirs. And I did see that another brewery came in, or somebody else came in and bought up all the stuff at auction and was trying to get it all back to him. But yeah, it was a really crappy situation, and the laws that surround it in the first place. Obviously, I mean, we can go into taxation of theft, all that blah blah blah, whatever. But when they came in and seized somebody else's property and then used like some stupid benign law that most of the restaurants don't even abide by to begin with, it's a bunch of bullshit.
Totally. I just feel bad. It's like these bullshit.
But I was really glad to see that another business came in
and didn't take advantage of the situation.
I was really glad to see that somebody else came in and bought their stuff and gave it back to them. I thought that was really cool.
It is,
which
but
I'm sure you saw that part of it.
Yeah, but I still feel bad because.
But I mean, it shouldn't have happened in the first place.
And that money's going to the thief. The thief is getting paid out of the deal. I'd rather somebody steal them back. That's what needs to happen. You need to go to these things and be like, screw all y'all. That's ours. We're taking it out of here. But good luck with that tactic.
Yeah, it'd be nice if it could happen.
If only governments were more noble. Remember back when the governments were more noble?
No.
No, I don't. I've been alive for. I've been alive for 45 years and never realized government was noble.
I'm not saying it.
All I know is
government's
been noble to steal more of my money. That's pretty noble.
But we can imagine.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be great if it was that way?
Yeah, but it's not going to.
No, I don't expect them to. I mean, we know what they're going to do. I think it'd just be cool to see more and more people like this that just stand up and at least do something for the victims of the state instead of just say, "Oh, cool, cheap kegs." Somebody would have taken advantage of that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Indeed.
It's a heartwarming story of death and destruction and pillage and redemption by the private sector.
And wayward beer kegs finding their way home after a long, perilous journey.
Yeah. Pretty sad that they had to be, locked up like that.
I'll bet you the kegs were full when the cops took them, and now suddenly auctioned off are empty kegs.
I bet they're empty now.
They're probably having a block party.
Hey, Rabbit, you want to fill your keg? Take one of these kegs home, Ramathorn. All right, Mac. Super Troopers 2, is that out yet? I mean, I'm usually about 10 years behind on movies.
Me too. If it wasn't for Netflix, I don't think I could live.
What's Netflix, Precious?
It's a new
Chris,
thing.
I don't think you actually filled us in on what you're drinking tonight. Chris, I don't think you actually filled us in on what you're drinking tonight. If you did, I missed it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
What do you got, Chris?
I'm drinking.
Can't forget about our dear host.
Oh, sorry. I'm drinking Moon Man by New Glarus.
That's nice.
I think I've had that before. Is that a lager? What is it?
It's a pale ale.
How do you like it?
I love it. It's one of my favorite pale ales.
Interesting.
So
That's not very October of you, Chris.
no, the October show's in 2 weeks. I told you that 3 weeks ago.
I know, I'm giving you shit.
So we're not allowed to have
You're still
October
in
beers
summer
yet.
mode.
I think we would get more hits if we put a vagina beer tag on this video. Just saying.
You
Vagina
know
beer.
what? You're absolutely right. I'm a promo girl, and if you put do that, you'll get so many more hits off of it.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Sorry.
Just use like a bunch of Big Lebowski timelines. Do you not enjoy sex? Coitus. The name vagina makes men uncomfortable.
I think we should. I personally think we should commission Shane to do a vagina beer commercial.
Marketing 101.
Just saying.
Omission. See this omission ale? It's better than PBR, but it's not vagina beer. Have you ever had vagina beer? No, you haven't.
Is it going to be gluten free?
No.
Vagina.
That's
Is it a
like,
vegetarian vagina?
That's like 2
Oh, even
years
better.
out.
Is it a meat free vagina?
How about meat only?
Good call, Amy. Good call.
Could have like some bacon in there,
Yeah.
some steak, and some lobster.
That wasn't the kind of meat I was talking about. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm
I'll
hungry.
just stick with my beer over here.
I personally think Amy's got something else on her mind. It's that 9% beer. I'm telling you.
This is why we have so many sponsors.
Yes, and that's why every time every beer, okay, that comes up on the Beer and Bullshit show, they get the Beer and Bullshit bump. Don't forget that.
Ooh,
No,
power pack.
I've got my boyfriend sitting behind this pane of glass on me, so that's why I'm thinking about meat.
Mm-hmm.
So you're sitting outside, right?
Because he's
Lovely.
Yeah, we it's together. Oh, good God, no. You got some meat.
He's just
though.
meat to you. Is that what you're
no.
saying? Wow.
Oh, he's like a buffet, a smorgasbord of awesomeness.
Wow. Ooh, okay.
But no, we got together between the two of us, we have 6 kids. So they range in ages from 5 to 19. And all of them except for one are in the house tonight, along with our 3 large dogs. So it was easier. I just moved from a very large house where I had a lot of like private rooms to a normal sized person house. And so there's kids and chaos and things like that. So he helped me kind of set everything up out on the porch tonight so I could do this and have some peace and quiet and not have to deal with, kids' school projects and a million dogs running around. And
Sounds like a
I believe this is the first show Amy's had from her new digs. Is that correct?
yes, it is.
Congratulations.
Yes, it is.
But like I said, we're still kind of
Yes.
trying to, we're still trying to figure out, how everything's going to work in the house, because it's a lot of us here, and my house was 4,000 square feet. His house is 1,800 square feet. So with me downsizing and blending, it's quite a challenge.
Well, honestly,
But
when the children get
it's going
older,
it's
they'll
going
be
it's
better
going
for it.
well.
the children will be close.
No, I mean, no, it's. Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. It's just it's a matter of it's logistics right now. You know, like I don't have a quiet place inside of the house at this point. So the front porch seemed like the thing to do. So I put my little lamps out here, and I'm sorry if I look a little washed out, but it's because it's completely dark outside and I'm outside. So I don't
think you look
normally
great. You
look
got your
this.
red lipstick on, girl. That's all that
Yeah,
matters.
right.
How is Baltimore?
Always got the red lipstick on. Let's see. We had a shooting right beside the kids' school last Friday.
Do you let them
I
go
don't
to
know, man,
government
a few
school? Are you letting
murders
your
here
kids
and
go to
there.
government school in Baltimore?
Yeah, they go to school by the house. Yeah, it's bad.
How about unschooling? It sounds like a great town for unschooling.
We do what we have to do.
I'm trying to familiarize myself with the laws up here, because in Virginia I could have done this very easily. In Maryland, they're trying to get my kids down to the health department to get them stuck with everything known to mankind.
Shit.
There, I can't. It's not that. I mean, my 5-year-old. It was like her first day of school. My 5-year-old's first day of school. They let my 8-year-old sign her out and take her out into the parking lot in the middle of Baltimore City.
Oh shit!
I about blew a fucking gasket.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're talking about the same place, like 2 blocks down. We couldn't even get out of the school last Friday because there was somebody shooting somebody in the back of the liquor store.
That's not very nice.
But
I think they deserve to at least just be like left alone to wander about the train station or something instead of having to endure that.
The most gun crime happens within like 25 miles of DC. You know.
Well, honestly,
my boyfriend's daughter, she has to take. I mean, we're talking about like a 16-year-old girl. She has to take the light rail, which is basically like the subway or the train, and a series of buses. Wow. Because there's no set school for neighborhood. I mean, it's so fucking fucked up. It takes her forever to get home. And I mean, the neighborhoods that she's got to go through, when I've got to drive through them, they're boarded up. There's junkies all over the place. People falling everywhere. People just sleeping on the streets. Baltimore is a fucking disgusting place. I'll just tell you that. But half of it is absolutely like, I imagine it to be like what Chicago was like. And I haven't been to Chicago since 1995.
So this is how I know
this place is absolutely fucking disgusting.
This is how I know this is true love for Amy. Because she has taken her family into into Baltimore, you know.
Yeah, you laugh, but it's true.
I'm not laughing.
And the thing is, you guys know what my old house was like. You guys know what my old town was like. God, no. We're gonna seriously be working on some shit to figure this shit out, because in like our immediate neighborhood is great. It's just you go over a few streets and I mean you can't even walk across a damn street without a junkie running into your fucking car. I was in the parking lot at Walmart. I went to take my kids to Walmart because they wanted to get some stuff for this like little thing they call Purple Friday, where they can wear like Baltimore Ravens clothes. So I went and get them like these little purple things. And we come out in the parking lot, and I took videos of this. There's this crazy, I mean, like middle-aged, late 40s, maybe 50, white woman dressed in like normal, semi-professional clothes, stumbling across the parking lot, falling over where the carts are at. And I looked at my kids and I said, "That's what drugs looks like, guys." I said, "Y'all just make a note. But anyways, I pulled out and I came back around and she's still falling over. So I stop and I get out of the car and I asked her, I'm like, ma'am, you know, do you need help? Thinking maybe there's something wrong. As soon as I speak to her, she jumps right up and she's like halfway across the parking lot. So I go around and then like, the thing is she was just scared I was a cop because by the time I get around the next aisle, pulling up against other vehicles and stuff again, falling down the parking lot. And I'm like, the fuck is wrong with this fucking city? Language, but fuck. This place is fucking disgusting.
You know, I totally relate to that. I live in the South and I love living in the South. I live in the deep South, like right on the coast. And but the neighborhood I'm in is a bad neighborhood. I mean, a lady on Friday night got shot 6 to 8 times. And I had my headphones on, so I didn't hear anything. But, I mean, it was right down the street. You know, it's like I need to get out of this neighborhood. Like I said, I like the South very much. I'm homegrown. You know, we have good laws. I mean, everybody tends to wants to come to the
What
South.
state are you in?
I'm in Alabama, in Mobile, right on the coast.
Okay. Yeah, I was say I know a lot of. I would say a lot of times down there, it gets really bad. But where I was at before I moved up here, and I've lived in major cities before. I've lived all over the country. But where I lived was like a little teeny town of 3,600 people, and the drugs were still bad there.
Well, we weren't so bad until after Katrina. Where I'm at right now, we were. It's a good city, but after Katrina, everybody migrated. I mean, and it's too much. You know where I'm at now. I used to love it, but there are good neighborhoods. I'm just in a bad one. You know, I mean, I like my house. I'm just in a bad neighborhood.
Beer, Chris.
Yes, it was.
I think we should all move to Colorado.
I looked at real estate in Colorado, and real estate in Colorado is weird because it's either really podunk or really expensive. There's no middle ground with real estate in Colorado.
So what you do? Is you just get whatever you want.
The way.
Tell us more. Wait, I want to hear more about this.
How much did you smoke?
I have a place or two. You never see me in the same place, do you? How many times have I been in the same place on the Beer and Bullshit Show?
Where are you
just
now?
Keep migrating?
I'm in Wheat Ridge right now.
And
Weed Ridge, Colorado. Weed Ridge. It's
well, I know you guys all know how much. Oh, good God. I know you guys know how much I love Hunter S. Thompson. If he could make that his home, then I could make that my home. So I'm going to go grab another beer.
Hey, Shane. Hey. So were you off of 40?
I'll try to stay below 10%.
So, yeah.
I'm right.
Hey, Shane. Yeah. Were you off of 44th and Federal?
Yeah, I'm at 44th and Kipling. I'm right up the street from the cafe that's so good on Kipling. The Apple Ridge, the Apple Ridge Cafe. I'm just like.
Yep, I know exactly where you are. And yeah. I haven't been back to Colorado since 2010.
Dude.
I know exactly where you are.
You gotta just get the people, put the stuff in the car and just go, and
We almost did it. We almost did in 2010. We were going to take out a $5,000 loan.
No.
Get a house for about 3 months.
Oh, yeah.
Listen,
get jobs, which is like, we can't do that.
Just come out for the weekend.
You ready for a shit hits the fan scenario that I was told to do?
There are fans everywhere, and there's shit everywhere. So.
And this is great.
Yeah.
When the shit hits the fan, you get a U-Haul, and it doesn't matter. You just buy whatever you need, and you leave and then you squat. You look at real estate like all the time, like every 2 weeks, and see like rurally what's open and what's not, because when the shit hits the fan, nobody's ever going to care again, and you'll never have to return anything. You'll never have to return the U-Haul. Nobody will ever come to the property you're staying on. I mean, it's really interesting. Don Pontius was telling me these things. He wrote a book about this such thing. But anyway, I thought it was very interesting.
Well, listen, if shit's hitting the fan, I'm going to want the shit I loan out returned. Okay?
Yeah, but
Fuck
when the
that.
shit hits
And
the
fuck those
fan-
people that are going to try to take advantage of an emergency to steal U-Hauls. Oh,
Right,
come
right.
on.
But when
That's lame.
when the shit hits the fan, all the computers go down, and nobody gives a shit because everybody's running. So
I'm
who
going to
gives
give a
fuck?
shit if you just stole my U-Haul. I mean, come on.
Oh goddamn! Are you going to arrest me for a catastrophe here?
What is it? Like, uh-oh, well, the computers don't work. What can I steal? Come on.
Right.
That's not the way
No.
we operate.
No, man. I'm telling you, I live in Hurricane Alley. We operate.
You're like,
Hey,
okay,
hey.
they're like, they've got more experience with looting. So I know who to call when the shit hits the
Hey, I'm going to
Well-
tell you straight up, James. Straight up. Let's me and you right here. When Katrina came, and when anything comes here, if you don't have what you need and the government won't let you out, you take whatever you need, because you know what? That shit is going to do nothing but get shoved to the sidewalk and thrown away.
Fair enough.
I'm not talking about TVs. I'm talking about food and water. And
I thought we were talking about U-Haul trailers.
well, I mean, if the shit hits the fan, it might
You
be a
guys-
need.
Do you guys remember CompUSA?
No.
Yes.
I took my computer in, my laptop in for CompUSA, and I said, well, don't I get a loaner? So they gave me a better loaner than I turned in for what I needed repaired. It was under warranty with their special warranty and stuff. And then they went out of business, and I still had their awesome laptop. And I had they went out of business, so I couldn't return it, and I couldn't get my computer back.
That sucks.
So-
You should be able to keep the loaner and get your computer back. You know.
I'd be more worried about what they would find on my computer.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah,
especially
that's what I would
knowing
be
you.
worried about.
Especially knowing you and your browser history.
Yeah. Knowing you, I wouldn't be afraid about what they'd find on my computer, because it would be like Ron Paul archives and,
Am I that
some
bad?
YouTube videos and, talking
I was just,
some
I was
shit
just
on
googling
Facebook.
around trying to find that new defense distributed file for the 1911.
That's
Did you
incriminating.
did you see he just released that?
That's
No.
cool.
The Ghost Gunner machine, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have like
So-
3D laser printers that print steel nowadays. Like this is coming, man.
Well, the Ghost Gunner is a milling machine, and it previously was making AR-15 lowers,
Well,
but now he just released a file so you can print a 1911 frame with it. Not
I would-
print, the opposite of printing. You're removing material you're carving it out.
ooh.
So, but anyway, so I'm like googling around, like,
Delete.
where's this file? How do I download the file? I'm like,
That's cool.
that's probably going to get me on a couple lists, just.
Well, welcome
Those
to the
are
club.
good lists. Those are good lists, to be
You know-
honest.
Hey, speaking of which, though, did you guys see this morning Pelosi going full libtard with trying to outlaw the automatic weapons because of the Vegas thing?
Is she still alive? She didn't die from like
Yes,
a meth
God.
overdose?
I mean, they're
Yeah.
all still alive.
She's like some kind of an
No.
animatronic version of her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they'd never die because
You know-
they get new hearts.
You guys were talking about U-Hauls. That's the only thing that's a good business here in Illinois is U-Haul. And I'm not talking about people coming into the state. I'm talking about people leaving.
So you could make a business out of driving U-Hauls back to Illinois full of beer. You could drop the beer off. They'll pay you to drive it back. They'll pay for your flight out. And then you drop your beer off, collect your money, and then you turn the U-Haul in and get your cash. So you could be making a double whammy on that deal.
I like the way you
Shane,
think.
you think like me.
Yeah.
You think like me.
Well, I'm too
Yeah.
busy for that shit because I'm lazy as fuck.
A man after my own heart.
Yeah. We've all got plenty of great ideas, but actually getting off the couch to do one of them, whoa.
Dude, I'm so, I like my
Right.
business. My business keeps me so wrapped up. It's ridiculous.
You
I
know
just want
what,
to go
though?
spend 4 months in Europe right now.
James, I just have to tell you how much trouble you got me into with those damn nullification pamphlets when I had jury.
I got you into trouble? Nice.
Because I went down there and they picked me for fucking grand jury, okay? And I had these fucking pamphlets and I'm sitting there and, all these people are like, oh God, I want to go to the grand jury. And it's like 100 people. And I got picked out of like 6 to be on the grand jury. And then I tried to hand a lady one of them. And when I handed it to her, she read it like it took 3 seconds, and her hand just released it and it dropped to the ground. It was like it was on fire. It was like she was so afraid of it.
It's
and
dark.
I was like,
it's dark hidden knowledge that will send you to hell if you read the magic words.
It scared her to death, and I was like, I just gave up and went home. I did. I just gave up and went home at that point.
All right, I have another groundbreaking, revolutionary business idea.
All right.
Chinese delivery that you don't have to order by phone, right?
What?
Okay.
Because when you order Chinese delivery, it's always like, I would like this, and then they're like, what's the address? What's the address?
Me love you long time.
That was so racist.
I like.
Sorry.
I would like chicken and broccoli. Broccoli. Give me some broccoli. Broccoli.
It's terrible.
You like a Peking duck?
Where's Danny Pinzella? He's gonna kill us all. He's got an AK.
Oh baby, will you oh baby, would you please do 69? What? Broccoli chicken?
$5 extra.
You guys are making
You
me
want
bad.
broccoli chicken now?
I quit this job.
Every time someone brings up Chinese, I have to go back to John Pinette. He was the big guy that talked about Chinese buffets. The comedian, he passed away like about 3 years ago. Yeah,
Oh, no.
You look him up. He talks about Chinese buffet, and he talks about food and all that. That was his most famous. John Pinette.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to admit something right here, right now. I am racist. I am. I'm going to tell you who I'm racist about, because I work retail, and it's Asian men. Love Asian women. Asian men are whack as fuck. They poke you, they point at things, and they're just rude. They're just rude.
Like, from what part of Asia? I mean, Asia is pretty big.
The whole fucking thing.
If you're going to generalize, at least make it, like, narrow it down to, like, at least 100 million people.
I really actually never stopped to ask. But
you should ask. Excuse me. I'm just trying to identify where assholes like you are coming from. Where are you from?
Touche, James.
Yeah.
Hey.
But I mean,
I can tell you there's one group of people that I had quite a bit of animosity towards, at least for a couple weeks. I guess maybe it was, yeah. I went to fucking Disney with my kids. Fucking
not the regular
Brazilians
Disney. Fucking Disney. It's
fucking Disney. I hate
fucking Disney.
What kind of butt fuckery idiousness? It's this clusterfuck of a park and puts no alcohol in it for the fucking adults. Well, anyways, and then they jam us in there with all these fucking Brazilians.
Torture.
No respect for personal space. I hated Brazilians, I swear, for weeks.
Wait, are you talking about the people or the people?
But they're Portuguese.
Which?
No, the people, just the Brazilians at Disney World. I got to watch them fight. That was fine. No, they were there on like these fucking field trips or some shit. I don't know what the fuck it was.
God damn you, James.
And there was no fucking beer. No beer.
Well, that's the real problem. Okay, let's not blame the Brazilians because the alcoholic didn't think to sneak a flask in. Duh. Okay.
The place is just pure evil. I hate Walt Disney for whatever reason. because he created this hellhole, and then he took away beer, and then all the Brazilians that, you know, like
how many is a Brazilian?
didn't understand my personal space.
A
Thousands,
Brazilian.
literally thousands. I've never seen so many Brazilians in one spot.
Brazilian.
You thought I was in fucking Brazil.
Great.
Brazilians.
Oh, classic George W. Bush.
Some fucking tour group or some shit. I couldn't even see any fucking little princesses and shit.
You didn't
I don't know.
How about like Mickey Mouse or whatever? Space Mountain and shit like that.
Dude, fuck Mickey Mouse.
Oh, Mickey Mouse.
I'll punch Mickey Mouse in the goddamn nose. And meanwhile, you got fucking Minnie Mouse, fucking you got these little like mannequins of like Minnie Mouse, like Sieg Heil all over the place. You're like, going on? I don't know, man. Disney World's a fucked up place.
If
I haven't
we
been
don't,
to Disneyland in a long time.
like seriously, if we don't,
I just
pass
wanted to get out of
another-
there and go back to the fucking Waldorf and go to the bar.
Right. I just
We're
don't like the goddamn monorail.
Monorail.
I hate the monorail.
If we don't
I
pass,
hate it all.
It's a freaky thing.
Like I swear, if we don't
Freaky.
pass another tax increase, this time, 200 Brazilian people are going to die in the United States every day.
What? Now, what are you saying? Explain.
Get it? Brazilian. Like.
It's like you know, our lawmakers are so intelligent that they don't understand the difference between a billion and a Brazilian.
Oh, okay. I missed the joke. My bad.
Now you got the joke.
This is a classic
I'm a
George
little
Bush.
slow sometimes.
It was a really old
I got another
meme,
really
okay? Back in the meme war of like 2007, 2008.
Fucking
Vintage.
Steve Miller
That is some-
has
that's
the
some
best
vintage.
memes.
It's some vintage. Yeah.
Yeah. You could only run past us because it was intense.
Speaking of,
I got
speaking-
another
speaking-
pretty
no,
weak
no,
beer,
no.
Chris.
Okay, go ahead.
I got one from Dogfish Head.
Just go Chinese. They got a
That's
Chinese
called
Noble,
Noble
Rot.
Rot.
restaurant. We'll take the beer.
I've had that one.
Okay, Chris, speaking of,
It's only 9%. It's got the
Speaking
grapes.
It's so
of,
weak at 9%. Oh my gosh.
speaking of the Fiends, what in the hell has gone on with Michael Fiend? He's gone all Trump-like.
What?
like who
think-
hasn't?
Well, I think that's an
Well, we
slight
haven't.
exaggeration.
We haven't. We
Yeah.
haven't.
We haven't, but the biggest fucking liberty movement people in the world have, and
No, they haven't.
No, they
they
haven't.
haven't.
Not
No,
all
they
of
have
them.
not.
Nobody was big.
I was disappointed that I was disappointed that L. Neil Smith went Trumpy. Okay,
We
I
just
was a
sit
little
back and watch
disappointed-
everybody else be idiots.
I
Oh,
was-
Walter
I was
Block.
disappointed
Walter
that-
Block.
That was so
Walter
early
Block.
on with Walter Block. It was like, what the fuck?
Gigi
Walter?
and
I was
Tracy.
disappointed. I was disappointed that Michael Fiend, who I respected, okay, has gone all Trump.
See, I don't
Trump-
listen to the
Trump-like.
Fiends anymore. What did he say about Trump that leads you to think that he is a Trump supporter?
Was he running backwards
liked Walter.
through a cornfield?
He posted with something about Islam being toxic that got a lot of flack, and
Oh.
and whatever, you know. I think everybody told him he was a jerk and he should go put his oxygen back up, but you know, the dude's not well, so whatever.
Huh.
I don't know,
I
but
don't know.
I mean, a lot of libertarians like have went Trump crazy, like Trump team, Trump train, whatever you want to call it. But I'm
Chris
very
Cantwell.
disappointed. Oh my God, let's do that. Let's talk about that.
What?
Can we please talk
I was
about
gonna say-
Cantwell? Please,
course.
Mother of God.
Sure.
Oh, actually, I was getting ready to get into Augustus because I don't know if you guys seen the fallout against him either.
That sounds fun.
Oh,
I
it's
mean-
all fun.
No, we don't need to go into Augustus.
It's the libertarded.
But fucking Cantwell,
It's a-
Cantwell has put us all in a really bad position with this, in my opinion. And I mean, I've talked to a lot of people, and
I
they
don't even
agree.
know who the asshole is until he got famous by
Being an
screwing
asshole.
himself.
Well, I
You
mean,
know, Fuck
well,
him.
I know. Well, James and I know
He's
him
nobody.
well.
Well, he's
No,
nobody.
no, he wasn't. He wasn't nobody. He was large in the Liberty Movement. He worked for Adam Kokesh. Adam's running for president or
Host
not
on Free Talk.
president.
He was a host on Free Talk Live.
Yes,
Mhm.
Cool.
he worked for Adam when Adam was in prison.
Still nobody.
No,
Okay.
no, wrong. Liberty,
You're
he was a
both right.
Liberty
Nobody in the real world, but
Yeah.
in our world.
but a B- grade celebrity in the libertarian world.
But the thing
Exactly.
is, I think all the shit that he did separated himself far enough that
But
it doesn't come back, but so much on everybody else.
no, it really has a future potential of disaster. So basically, I thought we should do damage control, and we kind of have. We had to denounce him.
Let's go.
I mean, because we don't want
Bring
that to
your
come
phone.
back with whoever's running for what and what we're trying to do. I mean, I'm
Right.
sorry
Well,
if
like
I
it
get
was
serious
some-
about shit, but
Well, no, but it's
No,
not like it was so hard to denounce him. The guy's a fucking moron.
we
I like to make fun of people, so I've enjoyed this. But I got to get out of here, you guys. Thank you so much for having me on tonight.
Bye, Shane. It was nice meeting you.
All right.
All right, we'll catch
Great.
you all later.
Bye, Sugar Shane.
All right.
Bye,
Bye,
Sugar
Shane.
Hey, Shane, friend me
Bye,
on
Sugar
Facebook.
Shane.
But no, I don't know. I mean, I think it's easy. It's just as easy to wash your hands of Chris Cantwell just as fast as it is to, wash your hands of somebody like Augustus or anybody who's,
Yeah, well,
that much of a fucking moron.
that's true when you're like somebody like me. But if you're like Adam trying to get on the goddamn debate floor in 2020 for libertarians, that's a fucking problem.
When he
I
was
mean-
on, like when people could show screenshots of the two of them together,
Right.
that can be constantly
Right.
used to. But you know what?
You think
know,
like me.
Adam can handle
Adam's
it.
not
and-
going anywhere anyways.
And what are you going to do? The guy turned
Well, I
into
mean-
an asshole.
I think Adam did the right thing by, we had talked about it, and he had went on, who was that guy? Jeff Barrick?
Berwick.
Yes,
Berwick?
thank you. He went and did a video with him, and it worked. And at least it's like on record, you know what I'm saying? Like that, he denounces it and doesn't agree with it. Because, you can't just sit on shit like that because it's going to all flood back, just like fucking Nazis donating to Ron Paul. You know what I'm saying? James, you think like me,
Well, but you know what? At the same time, even I was catching some of that shit. Like, I had Chris Cantwell as a Facebook friend. Okay. Until fairly recently, until after his account had been deactivated. Okay.
Right.
Like the first time it was Antonio Bueller telling me that I can't be friends
me
with Chris Cantwell or whatever. And you know what? I just
Oh god, that guy was a fucking douchebag too.
But anyway,
Yeah, he was.
I don't
He
care if
was.
somebody is an asshole.
Nobody-
There's something that I find more
Nobody's gonna tell you
than
who
some
you can
dumb
and not.
shit
talk
coming
to.
on my Facebook page and being like, "Ooh, you're associating with."
Yeah, he absolutely, you're right.
Yes, bullshit. Anyway, so I never give in to any of that stuff.
Yeah, I don't either. But
Anyway, so now, but Chris Cantwell's still there, and
this was a big deal, though, James. Okay, Antonio was just like a little bitch whining and threatening. But this Cantwell thing, CNN, fucking HBO, that motherfucker has to go. I'm sorry.
Well,
He-
and
Right,
I did.
Plus after Sean Hall, did what he did. Okay.
Right,
Now,
he was the one.
I'll put you out on the spot, Sean. All right. Just because someone's friends with somebody, on Facebook, doesn't mean that he supports them or follows them or whatnot. Okay. and I know my boy Jim Bab, okay, is not that type of person, okay, or else he wouldn't be on the Beer Bullshit Show. All right, so
everybody knows
so
that.
Sean
So
Hall,
there's no need.
This goes out to Sean Hall, okay. Eat a dick, motherfucker. Okay, eat a dick. All right.
No,
because
you should say
he unfriended me too. After I defended people, okay, for being Facebook friends with Cantwell, but not associate. Just because you're Facebook friends with somebody doesn't mean that you associate with them. Okay.
Nobody's
so Sean Hall, eat a dick. All right, eat a motherfucking dick. All right.
You're more harsh than I was.
And your petitioning shit sucks. Okay, so go back to delivering fucking pizzas like a pussy that you are.
Oh, damn! I've never seen Chris go off on somebody before.
Boom!
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh man. I was much nicer to him.
Nobody's ever given you shit about like who I'm friends with, because shit, I've got a lot more shadier characters on my friends list than y'all do.
Oh, please. let me tell you what I get hit with is talking to Antifa. Okay? I've got both sides. I mean, I've got wait.
I've got some weirdos. I mean, I've been friends with Augustus Invictus for years. So I mean, I got Augustus and I got Antifa. So I mean, and then I got like my Chris,
James,
you know. I got them all there.
Honestly,
Chris still there.
I'm in social fucking media. Okay, I talk to everyone.
And that's how I am too.
Because it's social media. You know, if I lose all contact, then I'm fucking in the woods. And everybody's like, you fucking talk to Antifa. And I'm like, well, go fuck yourself. I talk to everyone.
Everybody's like, you talk to Antifa. And the other side is like, you talk to Nazis. I'm like,
yeah, I talk to everyone.
Who the fuck I want to.
Hey, man, if I don't talk to them, who's going to call them down?
I talk to who the fuck I want to.
I think the key thing is everybody uses social media like in their own way. Like I use it because there's different elements of the world that I want to know what's going on in, and I subscribe to different Facebook pages or whatever, or like to have Facebook connections and shit show up on my news feed that's more than Cop Block and like Mises articles. Okay, I need more than that to be informed about what's going on in the world.
But
so
don't you follow
that I like news to share?
Don't you follow things that you don't agree with just to see what the hell they're saying?
Yeah, and well, not specifically. I can't think of anything I follow that I specifically like disagree with.
You know, the closest one. You know,
the closest one I have is this. There's this far like left radical site called like Abolitionist Journal. But at first I was intrigued because they call themselves abolitionists, but it turns out they're a bunch of like far left, like commie types or whatever. But still, they report on like Antifa actions like all over the world, and this, whatever, stuff coming from their perspective, I could find to be quite, if I want to know what's going on from their perspective, they're going to tell me. If I understand, if I need to know what they're thinking or what's going on, whether I agree with it or not. And sometimes I agree with it, but more likely I want to see what they're talking about, but I'm going to interpret it totally different than they would.
That's because you're a smart man. That's one of the reasons I love News to Share, is because Ford, Fisher, and Alejandro report non-bias. They're in Washington. They cover everything. They get a lot of shit for it, but they cover it, and it's shit you need to know. We could all get on Facebook all day long and just friend certain people of things that say what we want to hear, but unless you really want to be informed, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you really want to be informed, you're going to look at everything so you can understand what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Well,
What I can't stand are just are dishonest sources. Like, I like The Intercept, for instance, but sometimes I look at their shit and be like, I can't believe what a bunch of fucking liberal stooges they are. Okay. But at the same time, it's like Glenn Greenwald is like one of my most respected dudes out there in journalism. So, you know, it's like, you gotta take everything with a grain of salt and just filter it accordingly. But
it's like Alex Jones drives me insane, but he's actually what he puts on, he takes advantage of and makes it his, but it's not his. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll have video of the original. You know what I'm saying? So I do look at it. I think Alex is a nut. I think he's turncoat nut. But when I see him pop up, I'm going to look at his shit, because he has, even though he spins it, what he spins, I want to see the original. You know?
Always, yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, I moved here to Baltimore about 3 weeks ago, and I've already been put on a Dossier hit list for Antifa to beat up on site.
Oh my God! Well, welcome to Luke's world. Luke's been punched twice by Antifa. Luke's been punched twice by Antifa. He stays the fuck away from them. They hate him.
I've been fighting with them for longer than probably Luke's been past puberty. So.
Well, you know what? I just learned that they have been around hundreds of years, and I did not know that.
Hundreds of years?
Yes. Well, 100. Let's say 100. I did not know that, and they're all over the globe.
I got in my first fight with them in 1993. I got into my worst fight with them, I think, in 2002.
Oh yeah, because Amy, you really look like a fucking Nazi. Really?
Yeah, no, I got green hair and tattoos. I look like a fucking feminist.
Yeah.
Well, you should see how she looks in those high top boots, though. I mean,
especially with that flamethrower.
I think
do
she
look good
could
with
get away with
flamethrower.
being Antifa if she put a bandana on.
Oh no, I could totally get away with it. I mean, plus I'm 5 foot tall and fucking 104 fucking pounds.
Oh,
And
thank
probably
you. I'm 5'2".
There was one night in Richmond back in we got attacked by me and one other person. We got attacked by 9 guys, and getting ribs broken. I got a piece of skull floating in my head here. I had to get stitches in my eye.
Oh my God!
But I mean, I got the other
like
shit kicked out of me.
I'm not getting in the streets like that. I don't care who tells me I'm not to my full potential.
I like getting.
I don't care.
I like getting.
Because
I like getting in the streets like that, but I don't like getting beat up like that.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. I like to get in the streets, but I won't put myself in that position. It's just, it's not smart. It doesn't do anything but get you hurt. You're better off alive than dead. Just me.
Well, this was before Antifa was like a big thing, you know, like before people were really talking about it. I mean, we're talking about, God, 12 years ago, you know. They didn't like the guy I was with, and they came in and they attacked us.
Well, were you with a Nazi?
Good question.
No, I wasn't with a Nazi.
And what is a Nazi?
Okay, just checking. I don't, you know.
What is the new definition for Nazi? Because it's all changed.
But he had things that they considered non-politically correct on his jacket.
Such as?
Yeah,
good question.
I think the one. No. Actually, I think the one that actually got him. He had a Rock Against Communism patch.
Okay.
And that was what they determined him to be a Nazi.
That's
right.
Okay.
Nice,
that's pretty.
nice
That's
guys.
pretty weak. That's pretty weak.
Nice guys.
That is weak. Because as we know, okay.
But Rock Against Communism
does
have a little bit of that undertone to it, you know. So
yeah, but at the same time, though, as we all agree in this chat, okay, that we're against both. Well, actually, we're just against statists in general.
Period.
All right. So, you know, anybody who wants to control us and steal from us and kill us
Can eat
because
a bowl.
of X, Y, and Z, all right, we're against. So,
And they can, and as Chris said, they can eat a bowl of dicks and choke on the last one.
Yeah, I feel bad for the libertarians that feel they have to take a side between Antifa and the freaking alt-right assholes. Like,
Me
come
too.
on, like, you know, and people like act like this is some kind of important distinction and battle going on. You know, like, it's like, I wish I could just put them all in one big room and just let them work it out, their sexual frustrations, you know.
Yeah,
and,
I'm with you, man.
the rest of us
I
out of
talk
it.
to everybody. I'm like Ron Paul. I just no entangling alliances. Make friends with other countries. I don't know what the fuck else to do. You know, I mean, I've talked to some of them. They really believe what they're doing is right. I really believe what they're doing is wrong. Tearing up personal property is whack as fuck. You know, on Inauguration Day, that was whack as hell. You know, the Charlottesville thing was a mess. You know, I don't even.
I called that long before it happened, and I had people contacting me because they knew I was in Virginia, to ask me, Amy, what do you think's going to happen? Are you going to go out there? Are you going to be a part of either side? Because I mean, nobody ever really knows what side I'm on. You know, and you know, I knew people from both sides. And they're like, you know, what are you going to do? I'm like, I'm going to stay the fuck away. I'm like, because I mean, it's going to be a fucking clusterfuck. And you know what? I don't want a goddamn thing to do with any of it.
I mean,
part of this.
And you know what? As soon as I saw that poster that they're having this, you know, march or whatever, I was like, that is not going to go down well.
Mm-mm.
I knew it wasn't going to go down well.
Nope.
And I called Amy that day. I called Amy that day when I saw that poster. I go, shit's not going to go down in Charlottesville all that good. And she responded like, I know. So we predicted that pretty well.
Well,
yeah, that shit won't gonna go pretty. I mean, and that's an hour from where my house was. And
well, I mean, did you guys see what
you couldn't have paid me enough money to have gone out there to that shit?
Did you guys see or notice what happened to Ford and News to Share with that situation in their stream? Did you see what happened?
Ford Fisher?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Share. Well, I'm a big fan, and I helped them out. And I had switched my work schedule to get up and do the footage and blast it all day. So I got up and I was like, well, you know, everything, you know, with live stream starts out slow with protests. So I said, I'll put it on, I'll take a shower or whatever, and I got up and I clicked it on, and shit had went to hell in 5 seconds. Ford got hit in the throat with a flagpole. He didn't even know where to turn. There were people waving guns. It was the biggest mess. And not only that, let me tell you what happened. I was with him for 12 hours on this footage, on this stream. And when he was not on stream, I was talking to him. So then the police.
Are you talking about Charlottesville?
Yes. So happenstance came to the red RV on the side street, and the car, Ford was walking, and the goddamn car that hit the lady and killed her drove past him with the license plate before it happened. This was all happenstance. And so after it all happened, some goddamn guy on YouTube went off, and it was a big cluster that Ford was intel and blah, 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 and this and that and this and that. And Ford's still trying to deal with shit, watching the lady die and shit, you know, because he had a little bit of PSTD. Excuse me, I'm calling it out. It was an actual mess. And Ford had never been put in that. I mean, he covers a lot of stuff, but he's never covered anything like that. I mean, he was
a war correspondent.
It really was, James. Thank you.
I saw that the girl in that was supposedly hit by the car that died actually didn't get hit by the car. and
Exactly,
died of
which
a heart
was
attack.
bullshit. And she did, and she died. And Ford watched her die. You know, and then there was all this second footage and screenshots of scene. You know, I mean, maybe the government did make extra scenes like a movie, but when I was with Ford, the shit was happening. I mean, period. Because, like I said, I sat with him for 12 hours.
Yeah, that's too
on
real.
end. Yeah, it is too real. And he got upset on camera. And when he got upset, I got upset. And it was just a mess. And for people to come on and attack him for being one of the only goddamn streamers that would go in and really do it, you know, because it was dangerous. And I don't know. It just, I'm still not over it. I'm really not. I'm still not over it.
I'm not 100% for or against, but the footage on all that, you know, especially with her, doesn't add up with the pictures and everything else.
I know it. I've seen it. I know what you're saying. Believe me, we've researched it all. Ford did not take the pictures that they showed.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that everything that I've seen, it doesn't look right. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and play armchair commando either.
Exactly. I mean, it's like this. I mean, you know, there's different screenshots of everything and different feed of everything.
But what are the things that I absolutely can fucking tell you about Charlottesville is, as much as I can't stand some of the people that went there, permits, they had every right to do.
Exactly. Even Cantwell. I agree with that about Cantwell. Cantwell had a fucking permit. You know, Cantwell had a permit. He was within his rights to do that, but he got violent and he got screwed.
No. Charlottesville Police Department is what failed.
Oh, absolutely.
They were supposed to be there for security. Everything that went wrong that day was all a part of Charlottesville, and it was all Wes Bellamy's fault.
You're absolutely right, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Because I'm gonna tell you what, Bellamy is one of the biggest pieces of shit.
Well, Ford on his stream had them coming like 3 hours after the shit went down, making a line, and then they retreated. I mean, they just left everybody for dead.
They don't care.
I mean, you're right. You're right.
Well, and the thing is, when you force these people that are supposed to be white nationalists through Antifa, what the fuck do you think is going to happen? Not going to turn out fucking pretty. It's not going to be a fucking kumbaya, fucking let's have a fucking moment, you know? I mean...
It isn't? It isn't?
That's why these people, I feel like they should go to a safe place where they can do this crap all by themselves and leave the rest of us out of it.
On an island.
I think it's the shitty of Charlottesville was right in giving them their permit.
Who cares about permits? It's, you know what? It's like,
I mean,
if two gangs decide to do battle in your town, everybody's fucked. Okay, there's no right way to handle that.
Well, no, there is a right way to handle it, and it's not to push them together, which is what the city of Charlottesville did.
Thank you, Amy. You're so smart. You paid attention. That's exactly what they did. Instead of trying to keep the peace and shoving them apart, they shoved them together for this exact re-fucking result.
Just because they were bored and they're like, "Come on, go fight. We want to go home."
Yeah, pretty much.
But it's what they wanted. You know, and Cantwell got what he wanted. You know, I mean, half the people there got what they wanted.
You know what really happened to Cantwell?
The police department got what they wanted.
You know what really happened to Cantwell, don't you, James?
What? Oh, he's a cop, or he's an informant, or what is it? I
mean, yeah, he's one of those. But anyway, when they shoved him,
he's an idiot.
Shoved them together. But listen, when they shoved him together, he lost his camera, and the police got it. And it had a picture. It had footage of him whacking the shit out of somebody's head in a Walmart parking lot. He's dead.
What?
Yes. I shit you not. I know everything. I'm a virtual fountain of useless fucking information.
Oh, it's brutal.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I mean that was the main thing that happened when he lost his fucking footage on his cell phone camera. What he lost, they got it, and he's fucked. But I still don't. I don't trust any of it. I know Cantwell loves those Alexis ratings, though.
Well, I don't know if he's got a website to cash in on them anymore, does he? Or I mean,
well, Cantwell is the cops is still up, I think.
Is that his or is that someone else's?
No, that's actually his.
That's.
I can't make this shit up, James. I can't make it up.
That's sad.
It's tragic.
It is sad. The whole
really
fucking
is.
thing is sad. Yeah, it's tragic. Why can't we make it on HBO? Okay. Why can't we get to HBO?
Yeah.
Careful what you wish for.
The beer and bullshit.
Yeah.
The beer and bullshit show on HBO. They would just tear us apart.
It's a new Vice special, a special Vice documentary. Or maybe how about maybe Stefan Molyneux would do a podcast, The Truth About Beer and Bullshit Show.
I'm gonna go right down. I'm gonna go right down the tubes with this. Are you ready? I'm going right down the. I'm not a fan of Stefan. Why do I don't click with him? I don't know why I don't click with him.
Maybe because you could see through his bullshit from the start. I think he's just always been a fake.
I know.
You know what, Margaret?
Sometimes he hits it all right.
I'm not wrong.
Hey,
sometimes he hits it good.
In the beginning, Mona was on point with some of his stuff or whatnot, but I met that cat at Portfest. It's the last time I saw Jim Babb and stuff like that at Portfest in 2012, and I was like, hey, it was nice to meet you. It's nice meeting you, Stefan Molyneux. And I put out my hand, to shake his hand, and he looked at me like I was some kind of crack addict or something.
Shut up.
Right? And didn't even shake my hand.
It's because you're black.
Didn't even shake my hand. I was just like,
so weird.
That is weird.
You know why it's weird?
I get it.
Let him talk to him. I just don't click with him.
Seems like,
I was like, maybe it's a germaphobe, and all that. But then I saw his video on like Ferguson and stuff like that, and I was just like, oh, that explains that shit. Okay, I get it.
I don't even watch his shit at all. I just can't even. I can't even listen to him.
I can't stand Molyneux. I can't stand that guy.
Oh, I'm so glad I met somebody because everybody in the libertarians are like, oh, fucking Stefan Molyneux, and I'm like,
if you're high on the new Molyneux, okay, then you're not a libertarian. Now the old Molyneux was okay. Okay.
No, if you listen
before he went all Trump train or Trump,
oh my God,
or whatever.
He went Trump train? I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah.
He got really weird. He got really weird.
He got weird. He got weird quick. And I also met Cantwell. I also met Cantwell in 2012 too. It was brief. It was brief or whatever, but I knew Cantwell because 2 years prior he put out a YouTube video totally ripping Dondero's ass. Okay. If anybody knows who Dondero is, Eric Dondero. Okay.
Oh my God, I hadn't heard it. I haven't even thought of that ugly person in years, and you just
Eric Dondero. Okay, he totally ripped into Eric Dondero on one of his YouTube videos, and I was like, hey, that's a good guy, And then after 2012, and then Cantwell just went freaking sour, to say the least. Okay, then I was just like, what the fuck? What's up with all these people? Okay, I had friends who were I've known them for years. Okay, years.
Yeah,
I mean, prior to 2012, 2010, I've known them since like the 90s, and now they're just like alt-righties, freaking Trump train, people. And I was just like, you weren't this way in the 90s. Are you trying to say that either I've changed or you've changed? It's just like, nah. So
whatever. I had a friend jump on the Hillary train too. It was such a weird time for people. Like, it became so polarized that even people you thought were decent libertarians have decided they have to take a side in this stupid left-right.
I don't have a side anymore. I don't even. Honestly, I feel so fucking out of the loop because I don't listen to it anymore. I don't care anything but us anymore because we don't have anything here. All we have is to report, in my opinion.
As the neutral bystanders.
Exactly.
Right.
The honest bystander that can, yeah.
I mean, that's just really the way I feel about it. And you can see that from my posts. I really just don't have a dog in any of the fights anymore.
That's how you can be objective.
Well, I've learned a lot in my years, I guess, because I have become non-biased because none of it matters anymore. I mean, you got fucking... I mean, what are we supposed to do here? I mean, we used to get in the streets for the good of things. And now what do we have? We have people in the streets tearing personal property up. We have the fucking government lying to us. We have fucking this big shootings. And, I mean, where the fuck am I supposed to go with that? I got no public official to back me. I'm done. Done.
Right on. Yeah, it's well, you've separated your mind from their establishment, and it's the other people they're still so connected to it that it drags them down, because they think that this is part of this is a we thing, it's a we're doing this, we're doing that, we've got to do this, we once you step back and be like, oh, that's a them.
Yeah, I'm at the point. I'm at the point right now where I just want answers. I will back at him for 2020 because I just want to see him get on the goddamn debate floor. For us, I want to see that.
Well, that I hate to tell you that's never going to happen.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Well, you guys can't say that.
I'm going to hang out with Jim Bab and Chris as opposed to going to an event that's
let me just ask you.
2 miles from my house.
Let me just ask you: by what power will we conscript Donald Trump to debate Adam Kokesh? Which power is this that will coerce him into showing up at that stage?
Okay, you want my true answer?
Yeah.
It's going to be grassroots, getting the delegates, and just getting them on stage for debates as a libertarian.
Getting him on. He'll debate other libertarians on stage.
Well, yeah, but I want him on the debate floor, like Ron Paul got there.
Then is he going to run as a Republican?
That isn't going to happen.
Well, yeah, but you guys don't understand. I mean, it's starting out a certain way, but it might end up a different way.
Yeah, but at the same time,
we do understand. We've done this.
So you're saying he might end up the Republican candidate as starting out as the Libertarian candidate?
I'm saying I'm working with him, and I don't think any of us know yet the potential of what we're doing, but we're trying. And so,
but you know what, Margaret? I was
most
you know what
their...
until about 2012. Okay, I was one of those dyed-wool, Libertarian Party people or whatever, and I've seen that party change so much since '91. Okay, and that true libertarians don't make it. I mean, okay, we can go down the list, okay?
I understand that, but that doesn't mean that I stop.
Who's the last true libertarian okay, to carry the party banner?
Michael Badnarik.
Michael Badnarik. Okay, and before him was Harry Brown. Okay, even though Harry Brown had some shady motherfuckers behind him. All right, Michael Badnarik. Okay, and Jim Babb will agree with me on that one. Michael Badnarik, 2004. Okay, 2008, the only true libertarian that could have carried the party banner, Mary Ruhr. She got scapegoated, okay, over one little thing in her book.
I mean,
okay?
we're all gonna get that. Get ready.
Okay.
I mean,
one little thing.
Okay.
One little minute thing. Okay. Mary Ruhr could have brought in so many people into the party, okay, into the movement, okay.
And called them
but
libertarianism.
who were we stuck with? Who were we stuck with? Bob fucking Barf. Okay,
That was one of the worst. That was one of the worst.
And his racist crony, okay, Wayne Allen fucking Root. All right.
Well, I just
Wayne Root.
I just don't
think.
think.
And then in 2012, who were we stuck with? Gary fucking Johnson. Okay, I can't refuse a bake a cake. Okay, to anybody else, okay?
Fucking idiot.
Because of fucking Gary fucking Johnson. And then we got a repeat of Gary fucking Johnson again in 2016. Okay?
But
Gary fucking I don't know where Aleppo is. Okay?
Sure how the fuck that happened.
Right.
Okay, 2016. And you think with the party insiders, you think Adam Kokesh is gonna get 2020? Really?
No.
The best person, in my opinion,
that's your thing.
that should carry the Libertarian Party banner is Larry Sharp. Okay,
he's a loser too. You know what? Guess what? Screw him as well, man. That dude's. And you know what? And the Libertarian Party is never gonna put a minority as a banner. Okay, all right, candidate, a presidential. Or else we would have had already Russell Means and Richard Body already as candidates. Okay? Wouldn't Russell Means have made a great candidate? Can you imagine?
Russell Means would have been an awesome candidate, dog.
Man,
come on.
I feel like if I had been around at that time, I would not have supported Ron Paul in 1988. I would have been supporting Russell Means almost.
I would have supported Russell Means too. And in '92, I would have never supported Andre Maru. I would have supported Dick Body.
Just because they're a minority doesn't mean
it is. There is a underlining of libertarians in the party that's just like, well, we can't have freaking a black person or any minority. We have to have a middle-aged computer geek, okay, running as the top of our ticket.
I don't really feel like that. I mean, honestly, I feel like we need more people of color in the liberty movement. I can't.
But there's a lot. But Cecilia, I'm telling you,
Chris,
there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people I come out with, and they are that way.
Chris, you're black. Chris, you're black. You can't be in the liberty movement. By God, you need to stop. Get out.
That's why I do that. Hey, Amy, that's why I do the beer bullshit show.
I didn't know he was black.
The liberty movement.
Chris, you can't do this. You're black. You're a minority.
Open this can. I mean, I didn't mean to open this can.
No, I think Kokesh is the only. At least he's a libertarian who's in trying to engage in the Libertarian Party. I consider it to be like a final, like, pathetic act of turd polishing, and you're never going to save that sad ship. But if they were going to pick, if they're going to exist, they might as well at least pick a libertarian candidate. Jesus.
Thank you, James. I just feel like Adam is the one that fucking stood the longest. I mean, I don't know.
At least you can ask him a question, and he will give the libertarian answer.
Thank you.
All right, and that seems kind of weird to think that, like, maybe a candidate couldn't do that, except that the candidates haven't been able to do that for the past 8 years.
But you know what? But you know what, Jim Bad? But you know what, Jim Beb? There's a bigger swelling for people to say we should recruit Bill Weld, okay, as our 2020 candidate, okay, than Adam Kokesh. I have my problems with Kokesh, okay?
What are your problems?
Nothing personal.
I would like to know.
Nothing personal, okay?
No, I would like to know. What are your problems?
Okay. I personally think he's an attention whore. Okay.
Well, of course.
That's why he's perfect for the job.
Exactly.
Okay.
And he's got big balls and an ego. He's perfect.
He's not perfect. Okay. My perfect candidate would be someone totally different. Okay.
Who's your perfect candidate?
My perfect candidate?
Yeah.
Besides myself?
I'd get behind that campaign. Why don't you? I'll go to. I'll tell you what. You run for chair. I'll go down to Louisiana to back you on that one. All right.
Run for chair.
I will. You run for chair just to fuck those fuckers, those dumb, nasty, stupid idiots.
Adam has a lot of personal issues. Especially as far as like his female life goes.
Oh, whatever.
His relationship.
None of my business.
None of
my business.
I'm not saying this.
What is he going to do for me?
You know what Adam's going to do for you? Not a goddamn thing.
Not a goddamn thing. That's right.
You're too old for him.
That's what politicians are. They ain't going to do they ain't going to do shit for me.
Yeah, if I was about 16, maybe I could do something for Adam Kokesh.
Oh, I'm sure you would.
Oh, come on. His last girlfriend was 19, okay? Not 16, 19. I thought that was hilarious. That poor girl, you know, and I don't want to make fun of that poor girl. She puts out that video.
No,
let me talk.
I don't know. We've had some.
All right, hey guys, hold on.
No, I'm talking.
I still think. No,
Hey,
shut up, Bab. Jim-Bab, I will hit you with a flamethrower. That shit that girl was talking was borderline bullshit. She talks so much shit about him. Do I believe 0.9% of it? No. But do I still think Adam Kokesh is an asshole? Absolutely. Do I know him? Yes. I've known him for fucking goddamn 12 years now. It's no, just
you listen. Wait a minute.
Shit.
Did you listen to Macy's whole video?
I did. Like
okay, because I'm a normal person. I listen for some reason. Everyone was talking about it. It comes across my feed. I listened to 10 seconds, and I'm like, "What the fuck am I listening to this shit for?" And immediately turned it off because I'm like, "This is completely junior high school grade bullshit. It is completely my attention span." You know,
I can't tell you which one I wanted to violate the non-aggression principle with more, whether or not I wanted to punch him or punch her in the throat. But I sure as hell wanted to fucking knock the shit out of both of them.
Adam was perfectly never. She attacked him, and he came back with admitting what he did wrong. I mean, you know he did. You know, Adam, he's passive fucking aggressive.
But you know, the funny thing is then, like 6 months later, she puts out a video. She's raising money to go do ayahuasca with a shaman in South America. Like, hi, I'm now raising money to go do drugs with some strange dude in Peru. Here's my GoFundMe. And everyone's like, "Oh, that's so wonderful. Here's my Visa. You know, do you accept Bitcoin? You know, what the fuck are people doing?"
I know, right? It's the fucking truth, man.
Can't I just smack both of them and just
you can smack them, smack the fuck out of them.
But you know, I mean, I think Adam I never knew what happened. Remember those shady business dealings? Remember the legal defense fund when he was in jail? And I was like, just, you know what, cut him some slack until he's out of jail. He'll straighten it all out, you know?
No.
And it was
he'll
straighten it out. And he never straightened it out. Just kind of like brushed it under the rug. But
I don't know about all that.
Well, do you remember the fundraising? There was like 50 grand raised for his legal defense when he was in jail in like 2013. You remember that?
Oh, fuck. Do I ever? I took charge of it.
Okay. Well, there was a girl who was in charge of it. Wasn't you? No, it was.
Oh, no. I wasn't in charge of the fundraising.
Liz Delish was in charge of.
Yes, I fucking hate that team.
Okay. Anyway, I don't know what the deal was. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention because it wasn't my money, wasn't my concern. But he was catching but it was a lot of he was catching shit while he was in jail.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I know about all that. Ask me. I was the girl that was there for every fucking thing, and I hate those fucking people.
Well, there were a bunch of weird checks that were being written out to one of those dudes. There was like writing checks to himself while Adam was in jail, and it looked like Adam was getting ripped off blind.
He was.
But I don't know. I guess there was never like an accounting of all of this shit. What happened?
His whole fucking team like turned on him.
Ripped him off?
Okay. Are you ready for this? Okay, listen. His whole fucking team, when he was in prison for the fucking shotgun thing, which was stupid, and he admits it. It wasn't stupid, but he admits it wasn't the brightest idea he ever had. But
to also have a bunch of drug addicts in his house,
right?
At the same time,
it was stupid.
But what they did was they fucking didn't do anything for him, and they were getting paid by him, living in his house. What they did was, I'm not going to mention any names because I don't want to be gang banged and drive by. But wait,
you expect for a bunch of drug addicts to do a bunch of shit for you? I mean,
hang on.
Continue.
Okay, I'm trying.
Sorry.
So what they did was they did nothing in his defense, and I'm on here saying, hey, we've got Vivo webcam. I'm offering them shit. They need to go, and they're telling me like they don't have a phone to fucking do footage. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And you work for Adam Kokesh? Give me a fucking break. So I'm like offering them all this shit, and they're declining and freaking out and fighting amongst themselves. One of them took everything out of the house, like all the furniture and shit. Like everybody stole all his shit. You know, when I
but they left all the drugs, right?
I'm sorry?
Left all the drugs, right?
Well, I don't know about the drugs. You know, I don't know about that. What do you mean left all the drugs?
Well, when he was busted, the drugs, I guess they found the drugs before that.
They found mushrooms in a safe, which they planted. Basically, and then, but I'm talking about the aftermath. Right. So, the whole team fell apart. I opened a thing which was March for Adam Kokesh. I tried to organize with Michael Salvi and Kim Shady, and we had a thing going on, and they just got weirder and weirder and kept arguing on a show I produced. And you know, Liz Delicious boyfriend and fucking what was his name, Lucas Jewell, he fucking God, I probably shouldn't even say this on live, but he really he hijacked fucking AVTM page, and the whole thing was a fucking mess. Adam got screwed. Adam came out with nothing, probably not even 2 shoes that matched. Okay, like it was a fucking mess. I mean, he's not like everybody think. I don't know. Adam's got a great person.
But here's the thing: a lot of people kicked in money for that. So and then he went with the public defender and stuff, and there was like, well, where did my 50 grand go? You know, and like, I don't know.
Who took it?
I don't know. Well, I remember that one. I forget the guy's name now, but there were copies of checks that he had written out to himself for like $10,000.
You know, I probably have a name, but I'm not going to throw it out on here because he's a gangbanger, and I just can't do it. I just don't want to get into it, but I'll send you the
public
link.
Knowledge in 2014 or 13 or whatever, but I just can't remember it now.
I know who you're talking about, though.
But anyway, let's hope Adam picks better team members for his campaign staff.
Well, I mean, he has
you
now
know?
because he's picked me as one.
Well, could you do me a favor and just make sure that let's avoid the young little tarts that are gonna that are completely retarded. Okay. They might be hot, but they're just forget about it. Okay, not on the campaign team. Okay,
Adam has
outside the camp, outside of work. Great. No one inside the team. Okay. All right. I think that's fair, right?
It's more than fair, and we've talked about it. And I can send you some links of places to go. And
no extreme drug addicts. Okay, they can't be trusted either. Okay,
no, Adam actually now is dependent on like basic fucking classic people, which is, you know, with age comes wisdom. I'm sorry, I'm just calling it out.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. I don't know about that sometimes.
I know some really old, non-wise people. We try though, but yeah. But you know what? I hope he smacks the shit out of Larry Sharpe every chance he gets, and because that dude, you know, I have a bullshit sensor, and the first time I heard his voice, it went ding, and like it's never stopped going off whenever I see his ugly face.
What's wrong with Larry Sharpe? I kind of like the dude.
Well, first of all, remember when that whole thing with Arvin, and where Arvin said something mean about the troops or something, or he questioned whether libertarianism is compatible with U.S. military service. Remember that scandal? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, you know, Arvin took tons of shit for saying something that libertarian, getting shit from all sides. Okay. Yeah. Well, Larry Sharpe takes this as a chance to like announce it, like he's running against him or whatever. You know, like, and he piled on against Arvin, and I'm like, instead of standing up for his libertarian, for a libertarian position, he piled, he took the easy route and piled on because it wasn't popular. So fuck that guy. Anyway, it seemed like, to me, that was just like a moment of him showing his true colors, and then it's like, yeah, whatever. So Kokesh didn't do that. Kokesh would be the first one to be like, yeah, I was in the military. Let me tell you why it's bullshit, So.
Well, thanks, James. Everybody's got something to say sometimes, but I'm doing the best I can.
Well, so are you the official campaign manager?
No, fuck no. I don't really have time for that. I'm just, actually,
She works behind the scenes, if you know what I mean.
No, she doesn't. No. I've been dubbed some things, and they change me around, and everything right now is in the beginning stages. But right now I'm working with Cody McBeavis. He's been put in charge of the social media, which is one of my better talents. Networking. So I'm doing that, and whatever they want me to do. I was going to be a delegate. I've thought better of it. I know that I'm going to be in New Orleans in 2018 and meet everybody. But as far as where is it? Arizona, where the second convention will be, I probably won't be able to be there, so I probably won't be able to be a delegate. But I can get him all the delegates he needs. So I'll bust ass, because I'm not ready to let the Liberty Movement go. I think we all have a lot to offer, and I think that Adam is probably, if we're going to do it, he needs to be the one to do it. I'm sorry. James understands me.
No, I want you to be the one. I think you would be even better. So
besides me,
that's
okay.
What I meant to say.
Besides
Chris.
me, yeah. Besides me, okay.
That's great.
Besides me, I would be the perfect person, but I vowed to stay out of politics because, you know, once I get out on that campaign trail,
right here.
okay, I would probably get shot. All right. Well, a black man's not supposed to say that.
Oh my God!
Wait a
stop
minute.
doing this racing.
Wait a minute.
Okay,
Wait a minute.
okay,
So,
okay.
you know.
Okay, I have to do this, Chris. Since we're here and you're calling that race card, can you explain that shit to me? Because I'm not getting it.
I don't get it either. Okay. That's why I'm pointing it out. All right. I don't get it either. Okay.
I don't get it. I don't get why we're putting ourselves back 100 years.
You know what, Margaret? I've been called everything except my first name. Okay, since I become a libertarian. All right, I've been called everything besides my first name. Okay, I don't get it. Okay, I just want to be left the fuck alone. All right.
Don't we all?
How basic? How basic is that? How basic is that? I just want to be left the fuck alone.
Though. It's not just black people. We're all just slaves on the big plantation. You know, I mean, you have an angry look. I don't like that. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
You brought out his angry look.
I did. Now,
Chris, I have to say your system tonight has been better than ever. Your image looks good. Your sound has been good. Your computer's been working. Did you
you know what? Because I you know what, Jim Bab? I think it's because to be honest, I'm not in my bedroom. I'm actually out in the living room right near the modem. Okay, so I think this is the prime spot, okay, for the Beer Bullshit Show. Besides, I want to do some live remotes in the future, but other than that, I mean, you know, I haven't been kicked off 50,000 times. Okay, it's only been 5,000 times this time, and you know what? And we're still live.
We're still live.
We're still live.
We'll do it
live. So yeah. It's miracles do happen, Jibab. I just want to let you know.
I do have to bail out though, so
all right.
I'm going to use this pause to say goodnight because I actually have a bunch of work to do.
Jibab, were you able to get into any of the other beers?
No,
or just that one?
Just this one. So I'll report on each one as we go. So it looked like a very, very interesting selection. So
cool.
That one, dank meme beer. I'm freaking dying to try that one. So
I think you really like that one. I do.
I hope so. I want to love it.
I sent you beers that I was just like, I know Jim Bab's gonna like this one. I know Jim Bab's gonna like this one.
It's a beer called Dank Meme. It's freaking hilarious too.
Dank Meme.
Well, I just want to tell you guys, thank you for inviting me. It was very pleasant and a lot of fun.
Always fun to be with you.
Always.
Thanks, Babs.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, and I'll see you guys I'll see you, Jim Bab, in 2 weeks, and whoever. We need to get some more people on here. And thank you, everybody, for watching, and good night.
Hey, Chris, before you go.
Yes.
PM me. I can get you whatever guest you want.
Everybody owes her a favor.
Oh, everybody owes her a favor. Well, you know. Well.
Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye. Thank you.